on.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Rigside Rumble with Steiny and Beach. Steiny, how you doing?
Good yourself?
Doing okay. Recovering from another back fusion.
Does not sound like a good time. I'm happy to hear you're on the road to recovery.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. But let's get right to it. We got a lot to cover this week. We're not going to talk about AEW this week. We're going to get right to the road to WrestleMania. Um, let's kick it off here. We got Royal Rumble coming up here. We I want to talk about what you want and what you think are going to happen with the Royal Rumble and what your predictions are for what you want and what you think. Go.
Okay, so starting with the men.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes. Yes. Men. Go.
I last episode we talked about what I think regarding like Braun Breaker. I think it's damn near a no-brainer to get him to win the Royal Rumble and move on to take on Punk at WrestleMania. I think that's the direction they probably will go. I won't mind if they go that way. I think it's a good enough storyline that it can go to Rumble. Um, there's a few names I've seen out there that I wouldn't mind seeing win either. You know, you got your Gunthers. I'm more interested in like the returns at Rumble. Like who's coming back? Because there's a few names out there that I would love to see coming back. We've talked about Jericho in the past, right? It seems like uh, they passed on the Raw Netflix anniversary. So if the Jericho
He,
thing is happening, I think it's got to happen at Rumble or the Saudis
he
riot.
is he is still on the AEW roster page.
Okay, well we'll see. Um, the other one that I thought of this morning uh, was Kevin Owens. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with him injury recovery wise. You've seen him out and about just kind of at events around WWE, but I would love to see him return. And the other big one is obviously El Grande Americano. I'm kidding. Roman Reigns. Um, Roman hasn't been around in a while, right? He's got to be he's got to be in the picture somewhere coming up, especially with WrestleMania coming. I think him. I think Lesnar shows up in this thing. I don't think either one of them wins, and I don't want them to win. Right? I think you can set up something with those guys without being part of the title picture. So that the other one I don't want to win that I've seen a lot of people talk about is LA Knight. Only because I feel like he's just not that interesting to main event a WrestleMania card.
I agree with you.
Okay, so yeah, that's my take on the men's rumble.
Okay, so here's my men's take on the Royal Rumble. Um, here's here's who I want. I want Sammy or I want AJ. Now, do I think either of them are going to win it? No. I think they're going to go with your guy Braun. I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's going to be no surprise. I think it's going to be a boring surprise. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be one of those like Charlotte Flair surprises, so to speak. Um, I a Dom would be a great pick, but I think he's a year away.
I
I
don't
I think
I don't disagree with
I,
any of
th-
those.
I think
Yeah.
he's a year away. I think the vision that group has too much heat right now. Another Bronson Reed is another guy that would be a guy that you could put some stock in. But I think that the popular pick is Braun Breaker. I for some reason I've just got this Sami Zayn thing. Um, he's just been quiet right now. And I think he's got a lot of stock in him. And there's something about him being quiet right now that I think there might be something to that. And the AJ thing too. I think there's something to that as well. Now I'm kind of getting ahead of myself going to Mania, but I would really like to see AJ and Punk. That could be fun. That could be a lot of fun, a face. But I know WWE doesn't like to do it, but this was more of a Vince thing, doesn't like to do face. But this is a new regime. So that now, again, getting ahead of myself a little bit here. But okay, going back to Rumble stuff. Okay. So your Rumble pick is Braun.
Yep.
For men's.
Yep.
Okay. What about the women?
So I think the women's one is interesting in that I feel like their top women performers right now, a good number of them, okay, 4 of them, are stuck in this tag team women's division. Normally I look at this and go, this is a spot for Rhea Ripley, or this is a spot for Charlotte Flair, or something of that nature, right? I just don't think they go that way this year because of the kind of the investment they put into the tag team division there. What I think is going to happen, and I'm again I wouldn't be that excited about this only because I'm not a fan of this person. I think a returning Bianca Belair wins and takes on Jade Cargill.
Actually, I never thought about that.
She's been, again, I don't know exactly what
not a huge fan of her.
I don't know if she's hurt. I don't know what's going on with her, but she's been away for a while. This is something that I can see happening. The other thing, I think you also have to consider Liv Morgan, who's been a 2-time winner of the Royal Rumble. I think does great in these matches. I think there's a good shot that she's a top contender. What I would like to see come out of this is somebody like Raquel Rodriguez win and almost go down the path of splitting up the Judgment Day into like Dom and Liv and everybody else. Because I think some of that, I think you've seen some of the friction there with Liv and Raquel and why am I drawing a blank on the third lady in that group? Roxanne Perez, right? So it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing to see somebody like Raquel win. And
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think she's definitely
not ever, just not this year.
But I think so. I think Belair is my pick, as much as I don't like to say it because I think she bores me and it's happened before. I think Belair is my pick this year.
Tiffy time.
Yeah, she's been gone for a while too. Forgot about her too.
Tiffy time. It's perfect time. She's going to return. She's going to come back. It's a time for her to come back. She's going to return at the Rumble. She had almost a year run with the strap. I think she wins it. And I think she goes on to main event at WrestleMania. And I think it's either her or it's Io. Because
I don't know what they do with the tag team stuff and Io and
because when you said Rhea, I think they're setting up a powerhouse match with Rhea and Cargill. As much as
absolutely nothing, they've done nothing with that yet.
Cargill.
Again, not to say that they don't have time, but they've done nothing with that as of yet, right?
Right. And maybe that's why they've kept it separate. And maybe that's why. So I think maybe that's why, so that they can build towards that. Excuse me. So that they can do that powerhouse match at WrestleMania. Now again, the Bianca Belair, I don't know where she fits in. I like the triple threat matches. I think they're fantastic. I think they're really fun. I think they're played out. Bianca is very good at them. I'm not going to say that she's not, because she really fits into them very well. And her timing on them is fantastic. I'm kind of over them. I would really like to see. Now again, I'm getting ahead of myself with the Mania, but I would really like to see an Io Tiffany Stratton match at Mania. But I get it. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Current title holders are Stephanie McCare.
Yes. Getting ahead of myself. Yes, we would have to figure out a way to get there. But we also have Elimination Chamber to get there, and again, we'd have to figure out Vakir. She's been an excellent title holder. And I don't want to discount her. And her she hasn't just been a placeholder. She's been very good at holding the title. A couple of the things that is that okay? So who's your pick for the Women's Royal Rumble?
I think I probably Bianca Belair, as much as I don't want to see it happen. I think the other one, there's a couple people I think pop up in it again. I'm hoping, we talk about this probably every so often, that Bayley gets a decent run. I would love to see what are they calling, Blake Morgan get brought up for
Blake
this.
Monroe.
Blake Monroe. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But I think somebody like Bianca wins it. I think they're going to set up something with her and Jade.
I was gonna mention her along, just like I mentioned with Dom. I think she's a year out.
Blake Monroe.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're probably right.
Yeah, I think she's
gonna win it.
I think she's a year out.
Yeah.
A couple of other things that I wanted to bring to your attention, and this is just garbage points. Did you realize that Shane McMahon is still on the roster?
Nope.
It's, again, a garbage point, but
still on the roster. Okay.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe they just don't scrub the roster on the internet.
He goes to meet with AEW. He goes to meet with AEW, or allegedly meets with AEW, but he's, I don't know. What was the other thing I wanted to mention? So when it comes to Mania matches, a couple of things I wanted to just throw out to you and see what your what you think of this. I already threw out Punk AJ, and see what you thought of that. You were kind of vanilla on that a little bit.
Yep. I would say I'm not sold that they're going to do anything like that at WrestleMania. I don't. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
What about Drew and Roman?
I wouldn't say no to that one. I'm trying to figure out who they get to go with Roman. I don't know. That's not a bad matchup. I'd watch that.
Because that way Drew can keep the title and then Roman can work his way through. He doesn't have to win the Rumble, but he can get through Elimination Chamber, or he can get through various different ways that, they can do it. They'll find different ways to get him through.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I brought up the powerhouse matchup of Cargill and Ripley, and then Vakir and Io, and then Edge and Jericho at the Royal Rumble. What do you think about Edge's return? Do you think he'll return at the Royal Rumble?
No,
Because he's still on the AEW page. I don't know when his contract comes up.
I don't even care.
I don't really care either. I just throwing it out there just for the sake of it.
No.
Do you think the audience has any care for it?
No, not really.
Or do you think they're burnt out on it?
I mean, he's already made his big return at Royal Rumble. He's done it once before, right? We don't need it.
And he's obviously returned at AEW.
Yep.
So do you think that everybody's just burnt out on Edge, Adam Copeland, Cope, whatever he wants to call himself now?
I don't think he's a draw anymore.
I agree with that.
And honestly, I don't think Jericho, depending on how they use him, Jericho could be a draw for a short time.
Yeah, as much as I love Chris, I don't think that he's going to be a WrestleMania main event draw.
No.
I think he's probably got maybe 4 or 5 matches that he could draw over this next year. And then, go into the Hall of Fame, and that's probably about it. I mean, he's gotten himself into incredible shape. But he's got his cruise and he's got other things going on in his life. He's a rock and roll star. He's got, other shit going on, but that's about it, for Chris. He's had a hell of it. I mean, he's one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah. Agreed. I just don't know how much there's left in the tank as far as how much can they draw out of it.
Yeah.
And you'd hate to see, I don't think there's any need to bring in kind of we'll call it an older guy to carry anything for the WWE right now. Right.
The roster's pretty old to begin with.
And I like what they're starting to do now with some of the younger stars. The guy I think will have a nice impact in the Rumble is Obafemi. Trick Williams is up. He had a good match at SmackDown. Go ahead.
Powerhouse Hobbs. He's signed with WWE.
What?
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Yeah, he's done with AEW. He can show up as soon as like tonight or tomorrow.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Does that do anything for you?
Nope.
Doesn't do anything for me either. I don't know why. Apparently they made a huge push for him. I don't know why. I don't get it. Other than he's a great big huge muscular guy.
Huh. Okay. I guess he's a guy to put on the roster. I'd rather see guys like I think Trick Williams is over. Like the crowd likes him already.
I'd rather see an athletic guy that can actually do something versus a guy that would just go out there and powerbomb a guy and perhaps hurt a guy.
I mean, they've got so many better options. Is he one of those Cody friends that they bring in?
Perhaps.
Like Ricky Saints?
Perhaps.
Okay. Yeah. Probably what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
They got better options, I guess is my point. I think we both agree. There's better options already on the roster.
Yeah, I maybe that's somebody else to look for to debut at the Rumble.
Yeah, I guess
coming up here in I guess just in a couple of weeks.
That's the definition of and the crowd goes mild.
Yeah, yeah. That's about right.
That's him. Oh yeah, that's him. Okay, whatever.
That's about right. So
yeah,
Well, we got a few things to look forward to, at least in a couple of weeks, whether it be the crowd goes mild or the crowd goes wild. So um, we'll catch up after the Rumble, and we'll go from there. We'll see who wins the Rumble, and the road to WrestleMania begins.
All right. Yeah, the picture will clear up in about 2 weeks here. It'll be good.
All right, brother. We'll catch up soon.
All right. Talk again. Bye.
All right.